right. I truly hope you're having an amazing day. All right. So, guys, if you've ever felt stuck or overwhelmed or you just can't make progress with your finances, today we're going to be talking about finances. All right. So, I want you guys to stick around with me until the end of this video because I know that somebody out there needs to hear this. All right. And so I see so many people, they struggle, right, with the same thing. They want to save money, they want to invest, they want to start a business, or they want to change their finances, but they never take action. Why? Because they're financially paralyzed. All right. So today I'm going to break down, guys, exactly why financial paralysis happens. And I want to give you guys 7 steps to get you unstuck and to help you start building the life that you want. So we're going to have some Q&A at the end. So guys, hang out with me. All right. Hang out with me. This is going to be good. This is going to be powerful. All right. So if you are ready to take control of your finances, I want you guys to hit the like button. I want you guys to subscribe so that you never miss content like this again. All right. So let's be real. Most people, they don't fail with money because they don't have enough of it. They fail because they don't know how to move forward. And financial paralysis is when you know you should be doing something with your money, but you feel too stuck or overwhelmed, or you're just afraid to act. All right, so that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. All right, we need you to get unstuck. It's very important for us to figure these things out, right? They're not complicated. It's just things that we've not been taught, right? But there's no excuses today. Guys, you clicked on this video because something about the title, it was of interest to you. So we're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna figure it out together. All right. So here, guys, are some of the signs that you might be financially paralyzed. All right. Number one, you may avoid looking at your bank account. I'm just not gonna look at it. I'm not gonna look at it. All right. So you avoid checking your bank account. All right. And then you may want to invest, but you keep saying, I'll do it later. All right. And then you live paycheck to paycheck, even when you don't have to. All right. So you know you should save, but you don't have a plan. All right. So the biggest consequences, guys, is that time, it keeps passing and nothing changes. But at the end of the day, guys, at the end of this day, we're going to figure it out, because I'm going to give you guys 7 steps to break out of your financial paralysis. All right. So if you feel financially stuck, here's exactly how you can take control of your finances in 7 simple steps. All right. So you got to look at the bank account. All right. So the first thing is you want to stop avoiding your money. Open up your bank account app. All right. Open up your bank account app and look at it right now. Look at your balance, because awareness is power. I want you to list all of your incomes, all of your expenses, all of your debts, and all of your savings. All right. So, I like to give you guys homework. So the action that I want you guys to do right now. I want you right now, after this live, I want you to sit down and I want you to create a simple money snapshot. All right. Just a list of what you have, what you owe, and what you make. All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit down and we're gonna create a simple money snapshot. What do I owe? What do I earn? All right, we need to know where that money is going. All right, and so number two, I need you guys to set 3 clear financial goals. Only 3, guys, only 3. All right, so you need to pick just 3 financial goals that you want to improve in your life. For example, you may want to pay off $1,000 in debt in 3 months. All right? Or you may want to save $500 for your emergency fund because everyone needs an emergency fund, right? Or you may want to start investing. All right? Or, start investing $50. So, again, the homework, I want you guys to write down 3 goals in the chat right now. Let's put them into the universe. I believe in that, right? I believe in the energy, right? Like write it down so you can see it, so you can put it out there and other people can hold you accountable. So we're going to write down 3 goals in the chats right now. All right? I don't know what they are, all right? But write them down. All right. Next. All right. Success is a system, guys, and getting financially unstuck, all right, is a system. We want to reverse engineer our goals. All right. Planning is so critical. Guys, you got to have a plan. Most people walk around and they just live their life and they don't have a plan at all. We have to plan. So we're going to reverse engineer our goals. We're going to take each goal and we're going to break it down into small steps. Right? I know you guys heard that saying, how do you eat an elephant? You eat an elephant one bite at a time. We're going to break it down into small steps. Okay? So for example, what you may decide that you want to do is you want to save $500 in the next 3 months. So what does that look like, guys? It looks like you saving $167 per month or $42 per week. I'm going to make sure that I'm doing that right. Somebody help me out there. Yeah, I think I'm right. So $167 per month or $42 a week if I want to earn $500 or save $500 in the next 3 months. All right, homework. All right, I want you guys to pick one goal and I want you to break it down into small steps today. Okay? All right, so if you haven't went and got your paper, go get your paper, get your iPhone, get your iPad, get something so that you can write this down, right? I know some folks are watching this live, some folks are gonna watch it later on YouTube, and some folks are gonna watch it in our school communities. All right, so we've got 2 school communities, Live Your Best Life, Doing What You Love, and then we also have Collective, Live Your Best Life, Doing What You Love, Collective, and then the $1 Trillion Client. All right, so it doesn't matter when you're watching, where you're watching, all right? I need you to get your notebooks out, your notepads out, your iPhones out, all right? Because we need to pick one goal and we need to break it down into steps today. All right, number 4, I need you guys to automate and make money decisions easy. All right, you guys know I'm a coach. I teach how to live your best life doing what you love. I teach you how to grow and scale your business with government contracting. I teach you how to utilize technology to work smarter versus harder. So we want to automate everything that we can automate, right? We don't want to have to think about it. We don't have to think about paying a bill. And a lot of people still pay their bills with a debit card. Guys, with cyber securities and cyber attacks going on, I have to tell you, last month, I'm going to say the last month and a half, I actually got hacked, right? And so you want to make sure that you're paying your bills and setting up auto pay for your bills and your finances with your credit card, not your debit card. Because imagine if someone hacked your debit card, they would have access to all of your money that you earn. So you want to create auto pay using your credit card, and then what you do is you take your money that comes into your bank account, the salary that you earn, right? And then you pay your credit cards off. Because if you ever have a problem of getting hacked or any kind of discrepancy if you paid with your credit card, for example, your Amex, right? You can call Amex and say, hey, I don't recognize this charge. Somebody hacked me, and they will immediately give you a credit. They'll put it back into your bank account. Of course, they will investigate, all right? But you'll get that money back. If you're dealing with your bank account, all right, using a debit card, they may or may not credit it. They may do the investigation first. And let's just say it's a large sum, like $3,170. Why am I saying that? Because that's exactly what happened to me last month. $3,170. They will investigate, right? And then if they determine that you did it, or that it looks like you could have did it, they will not give you that money back. But with the credit card, they immediately give it back. So we want to make sure that we understand finances. We do things different. We do things smarter. So we want to pay everything with our credit card, not our debit card. We want to automate and make money decisions easily. All right. So setting up automatic savings and also bill pay, but just with the credit card. All right. And we want to move friction. We want to make it so easy that you don't have to think about it. That's the problem. When we have to think about paying a bill, sometimes it don't get paid, right? You can have an alarm going off on your phone. You can have it on your calendar. But first and foremost, we don't want to pay it anyway. So even when that alarm goes off or the notification bell comes or the email comes to say, hey, you owe this bill, sometimes we just don't want to pay it. So what we need to do is automate your life. All right. Make sure you know when it's coming out, and we can talk about also how it reports on your credit and when you should pay it and all of that in a later video. But make sure that we automate everything using a credit card, not our debit card. We don't want it coming out of our bank account. And then number 5, we want to stop overthinking, and we want to take imperfect action. You guys know I'm the executor, right? I'm going to tell you guys to do it anyway. Do it today. Do it scared. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just do it, right? Don't start tomorrow. And I've got some folks that's in my community like, oh, you know what? I'm going to start a business. Oh, I'm going to start my YouTube channel. Oh, I'm going to start my affiliate marketing program. They've been telling me this for months. It is March. It is almost the end of March. It is the end of March, guys. And 3 months in, hey guys, I'm sorry. I'm just all into this video. Hello. Thank you guys. I always have to acknowledge each and every one of you guys that show up for my videos, show up in my classroom, show up on our community where we're reading. This month, we're reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I want to thank you, every one of you guys, for showing up. I want to thank every one of you guys for coming to the communities and putting in your input, and also being an accountability partner for others in our group. All right? Because there's a lot of folks that are starting their government contracting journey, right? And they don't have a clue. But there's folks in the group. Thank you guys so much, because I saw a lot of activity last week and I'm really, really proud of it. You guys show up and you answer questions that other people may have, right? So I always suggest that you get a coach, you get a mentor, somebody, or an accountability partner. It doesn't matter. So our free community, Live Your Best Life Collective, all right, On School is a school community, right? And we also have the $1 Trillion Client On School, right? You got folks in there that are like-minded, all right, that's doing the same thing that you're doing or trying to do the same thing. And they may be a step or two ahead of you, which is good, because then you can ask them questions, all right, about something maybe that you're struggling with, right? So I'm super excited. So number 6, guys, again, I don't know, it's find a mentor or accountability partner, all right? That person is what going to hold you accountable. You need to find a coach, a mentor, or a supportive friend. And I suggest that you find all 3, right? And you could possibly find one person to be all 3. But typically, that's not normally how it works. But join a community, guys, and there's so many free communities. Join our school community, Live Your Best Life Collective, and the $1 Trillion Client, guys. We are a group of folks that are helping us, each of us, to take it to the next level. All right, so homework. I want you to DM me on Instagram or in YouTube if you want accountability. You may not like how I hold you accountable. Most people don't. Guys, remember I'm military. So, served in Kuwait, jumped out of airplanes. So, I don't really want to hear your excuses because they don't fly with me. All right. But DM me in Instagram. I think it's going to be at Dr. Mel. All right. DRMEL. All right. And or DM me or put a comment in the notes here. All right. If you want accountability, sometimes that's all that it takes. All right. Is somebody saying, hey, did you do your homework? Did you write down one thing that you needed to accomplish this week? Did you set time blocks? Did you remove all of the distraction? Are you moving forward? What is the one thing you got done this week? Sometimes, guys, it only takes someone there that's pushing you in order to help you to reach your goal. Number 7, the last one, guys. I need you guys to focus on progress, not perfection. Focus on progress. Remember, guys, the 1% rule. Get 1% better every day. Listen to me, guys. Focus on just improving 1% every day. And if you think about it, it's 365 days in a year. If you focus on getting 1% every day, by the end of the year, you will be 365% better. Guys, that's amazing, right? That's amazing. And more than that, guys, I want you guys to celebrate small wins. I was talking to one of my new coaches yesterday, and we were talking about why people go to work on a job for 40 years, right? And they never really get anywhere. The reason that they do that, one of the things that he and I talked about, is that every week or every 15th and 30th, they get paid. So there is a reward every week, every Friday, every 15th, every Thursday, or 30th, whenever they get paid, there's a reward. And it's kind of immediate, right? You don't have to wait a long time. And the reason that people don't start a coaching business, and you guys know I teach that. So if you're interested, join my community. We're teaching you how to start your coaching business. Because again, you have everything you need in order to be successful. You just have to start. Somebody out there needs to know what you already know. Many of you, especially my folks, because folks that watch me are 40 and older, right? They've been on their job for 3 decades, right? Doing something. Some 4 decades, right? Some even 5 decades. So they've mastered this skill. Maybe project management, maybe cybersecurity, maybe information technology, right? Maybe financial analysis, but they've mastered this skill that someone out there, and more than not, is more than someone, it's someone's out there wants to know or needs to know or looking to know what it is that you already know. So you have already everything that you need in order to be successful, right? You just have to believe in yourself, and you have to do it. Do it now. All right. So again, if you understand that all you have to do is just continuously to get better, I want somebody to write 1% better in the chat. If you guys are watching this later on school, write 1% better, right, in the chat. Because it was a story, and I think I've told this story before. Like if you have a tree, right? A tree, and you have an axe. I don't know if you guys remember what an axe is. I grew up in Arkansas, so I know exactly what an axe is, right? Or a hatchet. But let's just talk about an axe. So you have an axe, and you're hitting this tree in the same spot over and over and over. Every day you're hitting this tree in the same spot. Guess what? Eventually, guys, that tree is going to fall. All right. So we have to understand that we just need to get 1% better. And some days, guess what? You might get 10% better. Some days you might get 30% better. But if we just focus small wins on getting 1% better, guys, we will be amazing. And I teach mastery. All right. Because you have to repetition. Do it over and over. All right. If you don't do it well the first time, it's okay. Just pivot, learn from what you've done, all right, and get better the next time. All right, we can do this. You can do this. I know, right? Because if someone else can do it, you can do it too. All right, guys. So right now we're going to open it up for a few minutes for some live Q&A. So I want you guys, if you have anything that you want to ask me about money or your money situation, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat, guys, and we're going to answer a few questions. I didn't really want this video to be long, but when I make videos, you guys have to remember, when I make videos, it's because somebody asked me a question, or somebody, one of my students or professionals, are going through something that I thought other people could benefit from. All right, so if you guys have any questions, I'm going to try to look at the chat. If you have any questions right now, I'll answer maybe 2 to 3 questions, put them in the chat, all right, so that we can make sure that what we're getting 1% better, 1% better. All right, I see, hey, Station Tech, all right, knowledge is the key to turn your ideas into money. Exactly. I agree with that. I really agree with that. It is about, our mind is an amazing tool. It is about knowledge. But what I find oftentimes, guys, and we can think about this, a lot of professors, right, at the university, and I used to be a professor, I used to be a vice president. A lot of professors, they have knowledge, right? I think they may have specialized knowledge, right? But a lot of the professors that I met, they were not wealthy, right? So just having knowledge, guys, doesn't necessarily equate to being successful, right? I saw a lot of my students at the same time I was a vice president at the university, they were making more money than my professors, but my professors were the educated ones. So we have to make sure that we understand just having knowledge is not quite enough. I have a student that has coined the saying, knowing is everything, right? And I would agree that knowing is everything, but also, you guys, there's a caveat to that. You can know, but if you don't do, you will not have. All right. So you have to know, do in order to have. All right. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about, hey, changing our financial situation. We're changing about making sure that we're moving forward. It doesn't matter if we're moving forward in small steps. We just need to move forward. We can't put our head in the sand anymore and pretend that we're not going to look at our bank account. The bills are coming. I just don't want to see them. All right, we do have a question. How can we create a growth plan? All right, I love that question. So if we're going to stick to the topic that we're talking about tonight, a financial growth plan, guys, it's simple. Start with a small step. So the first thing you do, again, I'm going to create a video and probably I'll post it somewhere right up here. But how do you create progress? All right. You have to have a vision, and you have to have a very strong, specialized vision, right? I teach folks to have a vision, know exactly what you want. You can't say, hey, I want to make $100,000, right, per year. You have to say, I want to make $100,000 in the next 12 months. It has to be specific, right? And you also have to write down what that looks like, right? What does that look like? How am I going to make this $100,000? I always talk to folks that have these great ideas. They have great ideas, but nothing to back up the idea. So you have to be able to have a plan. So I really love that question, and I think a lot of people will be able to relate to that. How can you create a growth program, right? You create a growth program by writing down your vision. You have to reverse engineer that vision. You have to make sure you have a very structured, detailed plan. That's where people fail. They don't have a plan. I'm going to do it, right? And I'll be like, well, how are you going to do it? Oh, I'm just going to do it. And that, some people kind of get butthurt when I ask them, how are you going to do it? They're thinking that I'm being negative. No, I'm not being negative. I'm saying, okay, you can do it, but you need to have a plan to do it. Because we all understand that when we have a plan, right? When we even think about having a plan, right? Distractions follow intentions. So anytime we plan on doing something, and I can tell you guys, I had planned on having a challenge this month. I had planned on having a challenge, a 3-day challenge for my government marketing company, my government program, right? The $1 trillion client. But guess what? I normally run my challenges and I utilize Facebook to help promote it. Guess what? My Facebook account, because I bought a new phone, I can't get in it. I'm locked out of it. So my intention was to do challenges last month, this month, but I got distracted because I can't get into Facebook. All right. But a lot of people will get discouraged and stop and quit and say, oh my goodness, I just can't move forward. But what I've done is what? I've grown my school community, right? I've grown my Teeter Digital. We picked up what, 4 new corporate clients, right? I've modified and improved my program. So once I'm able to maybe get back in Facebook, all right, I'll be able to present a stronger program to folks even better. So the way you create a growth plan, guys, is you make sure that a growth program is that you have a very detailed plan and you execute it. Because having a plan is nothing if you're not executing. All right, another question. It says, you have thought outside of the box of Facebook. Yes, because you guys know that Facebook and Instagram and all of those social media places, they're always changing their algorithm. So if we rely, guys, just on Facebook for our marketing, we're going to be dead in the water. And you guys know that I teach you to build an email email list. Build your email list, right? Because once you touch someone and you have their email, then you can continue to market to them, because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So guys, we always have to be moving forward. We always have to be strategizing. We have to be looking at our plan. And we're talking today about how to get unstuck in our financial situation, how to overcome financial paralysis, right? You guys can do it, but you have to have a plan. You have to realize that in order for you to gain and build wealth, you have to understand your finances. You have to look at your finances. You have to make sure you automate everything. You have to make sure that you're saving. You have to make sure that you're investing. You have to make sure, that you are planning for growth. All right, guys. So I hope that this was helpful to you all, to someone. And if it was, guys, give this video a like. All right. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with someone that could benefit from this content. Guys, the time is now. You guys have been paying attention to the news. You guys have been watching. Things are really, really crazy, right? And I've been telling folks, if you don't have a business, you need a business, right? Why do you need a business? I'm going to say this at the end, right? You need a business because the folks that are benefiting in today's economy, all right, is the folks that have a business, right? The folks that are being looked out for are the folks that have a business, right? You'll be able to write off things like your marketing, your cell phone. If you're working out of your home office, there's deductions that you can take if you have a small business. So if you're listening, if you don't have a business, you need to set up a business, all right? If you need help, if you need accountability, and you want to work with me and my team, hey, click on the link, put it in the comment, accountability. Guys, we are here to help you. You guys know that I'm truly committed to helping you guys to win, because, guys, you can do this. All right, so I love you guys so much. I don't see any more comments. All right, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it every time you guys show up. You guys make me happy and make me proud. So again, this is your girl, Dr. Melissa J. Williams. Live your best life, guys, doing what you love. You only have one life. So I want you guys to stay healthy, happy, and God bless. I will see you guys in the next video and or lesson. All right, guys. Love you much. Bye for now.